We pick up the action in the first half. Newcastle United are in the striped shirts and the score is 0-0.
Here's Paul Stevenson. And Ardiles sorting it out for Tottenham. Plenty of spring in the step for the 34-year-old Argentinian, who's fully fit now, really for the first time for a couple of years. And that's why David Pleat really has stayed with him and an unchanged side following Sunday's triumph over Liverpool. Chris Waddle played a major part in that, of course, and it's his pass for Steve Hodge. Clive Allen and Hodge. Martin Thomas kicks it out, and it's just over by Waddle following in. He'd started it, and he very nearly finished it. But Steve Hodge, who scored twice against Newcastle for Aston Villa back in October, was very nearly in for the opener here for Tottenham. And then Waddle with the goal gaping, although the ball didn't run truly to him. Neil McDonald's header. And Mabbutt had the ball and the free kick. Well, Waddle has been back here before. He played for Tottenham here last season and scored in a 2-2 draw. And Ardiles, after some neat footwork, is sent flying by the exuberant Gascoigne. That was nicely done by Gary Stevens. Clive Allen might get a second bite at it, and it's prodded in, and it's Hoddle who has it. And Tottenham, chasing their championship dream, have made a good start at St James's Park, thanks to the endeavour and enterprise of Stevens, the force here of Clive Allen, and then Glenn Hoddle cropping up with a striker's goal, really. And with 9 minutes gone, Newcastle United are behind on their own ground, but Hoddle might just have come back from an offside position to get that, but the flag stayed down. Tottenham will be better advised, I'm sure, to make attack the best form of defence with their one-goal lead. And Stevens was late. And he's going to be spoken to. Wharton was past him. It was a calculated foul. Hoddle. Now Thomas, Gary Mabbutt has made his way up on the far side. If Thomas can get in a deep cross, and it is indeed aimed towards Mabbutt. And the volley was for Waddle. Well, after the last two games, you rather get into the habit of expecting it to end up in the back of the net when Chris Waddle decides to shoot. But it's a measure of Tottenham's ambition to add to their lead that Mabbutt was there at the far post, forcing the half clearance, which Waddle couldn't deal with. And Hodge not given time to dwell, but Clive Allen found by Hoddle. Help from Paul Allen. And he's bundled away through, and Thomas did enough. And again, Wharton was there to help out. Paul Allen, with only one goal to his name this season, nearly doubled the tally. But Martin Thomas got quickly to his left. Here's Beardsley. Gascoigne. Sometimes Peter Beardsley uses his right foot like an ice hockey player uses his stick to propel the puck. And he was trying that sort of pass then into the chest of Gascoigne. Comes quicker than defenders expect. And it was too quick for Gascoigne to control. An eventful second half already. McCreary. Just when Newcastle seem to be getting back in tune, they strike a discordant note like McCreary's under-hit pass. But he's a grand competitor, and he'll go and win it back again for you. Hoddle. Beardsley. Just a little trip by Hoddle, and Peter Beardsley in fact has a slightly swollen foot caused by a training clash this morning with Paul Gascoigne. The usual pre-game competitive small-sided game, and Paul Gascoigne got a little bit over-exuberant and Beardsley was on the receiving end. 1 or 2 frowns up at the training ground, I can tell you that. And Clive Allen nearly adds to Newcastle's dismay. That was very crisply hit as he looks to move off number 40, where he's been stuck for a couple of games, his goal tally. Waddle. Hodge away to his left, and Thomas. Here's Waddle. And that was beautifully played with Hoddle, and Chris Waddle is in and punches the air in disappointment. He hasn't really been pleased, except for the last couple of weeks, with his finishing all season. And again he got into a threatening position and dragged it well wide of the target. Here's Gascoigne. Beardsley held the hand up, apologising, and in fact Kenny Wharton caught out of position because of that. Tottenham took the throw quickly. And that all stemmed from a Peter Beardsley mistake on the halfway line. Goff with a free header, and Martin Thomas, who had a spell on loan with Tottenham back in 1982, had to save again as Newcastle defended poorly at a Tottenham corner. Waddle. Hodge covered a lot of ground. It was an ambitious pass by Waddle, or attempted pass, but he's been making them pay in recent games. Gascoigne. Here's Stevenson. Beardsley calling for an early cross. And when it comes in via the outside of the right boot of Paul Gascoigne, it bent in towards Clements and away from Paul Goddard. Roda. Here's McDonald. Tottenham's one-goal lead hasn't looked all that secure. Beardsley. And it's a lovely sharp turn, but Clements denies him the satisfaction of the equalizer. You can almost see the concern in defenders when they're faced by Beardsley. Goddard has gone offside in any case, and this time Jim McCauley, the referee, plays the advantage. Hoddle. And Paul Allen. Good goalkeeping. He had committed himself, Martin Thomas. Clive Allen was waiting if it was played across the face of the goal. And once there, Martin Thomas just had to get it. And he did. Beardsley. Here's Anderson. It's all being played in front of Tottenham. Goff. Beardsley. And it's put in by Paul Goddard. Newcastle United are level. suddenly the more direct tactic paid off. It's a weak header by Goff, whipped across, and Goddard was in for the kill. 1-1.